Most of us are experts at starting. We have mastered the first 24 hours of a new goal. But a few weeks in, the momentum vanishes and the streak breaks. This is where the majority of people lose the thread. Day one is a pristine environment. The calendar is empty and waiting. The running shoes are still clean. There is a specific surge of energy that comes with a fresh start, a feeling that this time everything is going to be different. But look at day 14. The calendar has holes in it. The energy from that first morning has evaporated. Why does the drive that felt so certain 2 weeks ago suddenly seem impossible to find? When we try to build a long-term habit, we often treat a temporary feeling as if it were a permanent engine. We are attempting to power a marathon using the fuel from a sprint. This reliance on motivation is a high-risk strategy. Human emotions fluctuate by design. When your actions are tethered to your mood, your progress becomes as unpredictable as the way you feel when you wake up. To see where the breakdown begins, we have to look at the first 72 hours. This chart tracks a typical attempt. Motivation spikes at day one, an emotional high, biologically expensive to maintain. Below sits a system baseline, repeatable actions requiring no specific mood. We mistakenly set targets based on that maximum capacity, assuming we can stay there forever. We then look for an immediate return on that effort. We put in 3 days of intense work, and we expect to see a visible transformation in the mirror or a shift in our skills right away. During this phase, the focus remains entirely on the external goal. We see ourselves as a person trying to do something new, rather than adopting the identity of someone who simply does the work as a matter of course. By the third day, the foundation is already under stress. The routine was designed for a version of ourselves that only exists when we are feeling our best. Between days 4 and 10, the novelty disappears. The chemical rush of starting something new has worn off, and the reality of the labor begins to set in. Our brains constantly weigh costs against rewards. The new routine requires significant effort, competing against the immediate rewards of modern distractions. Without day one excitement, friction spikes. Every minute of the workout requires a conscious struggle that wasn't there 48 hours ago. This is the exact moment the process breaks. When the friction of the task finally exceeds the remaining willpower, the routine stops. If a habit is built solely on how we feel, it will fail as soon as we feel tired, stressed, or bored. Willpower is a limited resource, and eventually the tank reaches empty. By day 11, the streak is officially gone. Guilt replaces the initial excitement, and we begin to view the missed day as a sign that the entire project has failed. This creates a cycle, starting with high hopes, hitting friction, abandoning the effort entirely, and waiting for a symbolic Monday to retry. The alternative is to bridge the gap. Scale down the effort. Do 5 minutes. Keep the neurological pathway active. The belief that a single disruption requires a total reset is what keeps people stuck in the loop. The interruption is just a data point. The decision to wait for a new start is the actual barrier. People who maintain consistency over years do not have a different set of genetics. They simply operate with the expectation that their willpower will eventually fail. They don't leave their progress up to chance. They use a systems engine. They arrange their environment to make the right choice the easiest choice. They put their gym bag by the door, or they remove the apps that steal their focus. They take the decision out of the moment, so they don't have to think about it. A key shift happens when we decouple our actions from our internal state. We can be tired and still walk. We can be bored and still write. The work is not dependent on the mood. This is an identity shift. You move from someone who is trying to get fit to someone who simply doesn't miss the appointment. The action becomes part of who you are, rather than something you are testing out. Consistency becomes automatic when the structure of your day is strong enough to carry you through the moments when you feel like quitting. If you are ready to stop waiting for the right feeling and start building a structure that lasts, like this video and subscribe. Leave a comment below on the one system you're putting in place today. Motivation fades. Systems remain.